You guys, Blake Lively says a director's on-set misconduct and a smear campaign cost her $50 million in a lawsuit. The director sued back a $400 million countersuit for defamation and alleged extortion. And now, Blake Lively's lawyers filed an amended damages claim, raising her losses to about $161 million total to reflect the continuing fallout across her business ventures. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's Hollywood's most expensive betrayal story. Buckle up, because Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni is the messiest, pettiest, and most cinematic courtroom showdown of 2025, and it's only getting started. It all started on the set of It Ends With Us, a blockbuster that was supposed to be Blake Lively's next big Hollywood win. She wasn't just the star, she was also a producer. Meaning her reputation, her money, her name, everything was tied to that project. Enter Justin Baldoni, the film's director and her co-star. On paper, it looked like a dream pairing. Two industry favorites, one emotional bestseller, and a massive studio behind it. But behind the scenes? Reports say the energy on set shifted, creative clashes, power struggles, and personal tensions started to bubble up. By late 2024, those whispers exploded into full-blown legal filings. A $50 million lawsuit from Blake. A $400 million countersuit from Justin. And now, a judge's decision that just flipped everything upside down. So how did a romantic drama turn into a real-life courtroom thriller? Let's break it down. Alright, here's where this whole thing really begins, and honestly, it reads more like a Hollywood thriller than a lawsuit. Back in December 2024, Blake Lively officially sued director and co-star Justin Baldoni for $50 million. In that filing, she accused him of sexual harassment, saying he made inappropriate comments and crossed boundaries on the set of It Ends With Us. But it didn't stop there. She also claimed that when she started setting boundaries, Baldoni allegedly retaliated, not by confrontation, but through a smear campaign. According to her, he and his PR allies leaked damaging stories and whispers to the media, calling her difficult and effectively torching her reputation across Hollywood. That's when the dominoes fell. Endorsement deals stalled, acting offers disappeared, and even her lifestyle and beauty brands reportedly took financial hits. Lively's team said this wasn't just bad press, it was career sabotage with real financial fallout. Now, of course, Justin Baldoni wasn't about to stay silent. Right after Blake filed her $50 million suit, he went nuclear with a $400 million countersuit in early 2025, and he didn't just target Blake. He named Ryan Reynolds, their PR team, and even the New York Times, accusing them of defamation, extortion, and conspiracy. According to Baldoni's filing, Blake's allegations were nothing more than a smear job meant to destroy his career and force him into a payout. He claimed she weaponized her celebrity and media influence to ruin his reputation, saying the stories that surfaced about him were false, malicious, and financially devastating. But here's the twist, that massive counterstrike didn't land. By late October 2025, a federal judge dismissed Baldoni's $400 million countersuit, calling it procedurally flawed and lacking any actionable defamation since most of Blake's statements came from legal filings, which are protected. So just like that, Baldoni's multi-million-dollar revenge play evaporated. And with his countersuit gone, the balance of power in this courtroom drama shifted hard back toward Blake. Because once that legal cloud cleared, her team didn't waste any time. They refiled, recalculated, and came back demanding way more than the original $50 million. Here is where the numbers start breaking the internet, because once Baldoni's countersuit got tossed, Blake Lively's team came back swinging harder than ever. Originally, she wanted $50 million in damages. But after almost a year of stalled deals, delayed projects, and reputation fallout, her lawyers filed an amended claim in November 2025, this time demanding a jaw-dropping $161 million. And here's how that number adds up. $56.2 million lost acting and producing opportunities. $49 million hits to her beauty brand and fashion endorsements. $22 million damage to her beverage company's expansion plans. $34 million, what her team calls long-term commercial and reputation losses. When you add it all up, it paints a brutal picture. A woman who says her brand, built over nearly 2 decades, was torn apart in under 12 months. According to her legal filing, the alleged smear campaign didn't just ruin a movie set, it sabotaged her trust with studios, brands, and investors. She claims contracts were quietly pulled, investors backed out, and production timelines froze, all while her public image became tabloid bait. And here's the kicker. Her lawyers say they can prove every cent, with financial reports, internal memos, and even email chains showing brands reconsidering deals right after the press leak started. So when people say $161 million sounds extreme, her team's response is simple: add up every door that slammed shut because of those headlines. And honestly, when you hear the kind of evidence she's bringing to court, the names, the receipts, the witness list, you'll see why Hollywood's watching this case like a live series premiere. Now, this is where things get very Hollywood, because Blake Lively isn't just making big claims, she's bringing receipts. According to the filings and insider reports, Lively's legal team says they've compiled hundreds of pages of proof, emails, text messages, internal studio notes, and witness statements, all tying Justin Baldoni and his team to what she calls a deliberate character assassination campaign. We're talking about leaked internal PR strategy decks allegedly aimed at spinning her off as difficult to work with. Studio emails showing deals or campaigns suddenly put on hold right after those leaks dropped. Confidential witness statements from crew members who allegedly saw tensions escalate on set. Her lawyers also claim to have documentation from brand executives and agency reps, people who will testify that potential partnerships with her beauty and beverage brands were paused or canceled after negative press started circulating. And she's not coming to court alone. Sources familiar with the filings say her witness list could include industry heavyweights, studio executives, agents, and even close friends who can corroborate the timeline of her career slowdown. A few names have reportedly circulated through the trade outlets, though, legally, the court has redacted the list until pretrial. But here's the headline moment. One of her lawyers allegedly told reporters off-record that the truth won't just be argued, it'll be projected. Translation? They're planning to show the jury direct evidence that the alleged smear campaign was coordinated, not coincidental. And remember, this isn't some random influencer lawsuit. These are 2 power players in the same movie, both with multi-million-dollar careers and overlapping circles of influence. Every message, every leak, every witness could decide whose career survives the fallout. Here's where things stand right now and why every entertainment lawyer in LA is glued to this case. Blake Lively's original $50 million lawsuit from December 2024 is still alive and moving toward trial. But after Baldoni's massive $400 million countersuit got tossed out by a federal judge in early November 2025, the entire dynamic flipped. That dismissal was a major procedural win for Blake. The court basically said Baldoni's defamation and extortion claims didn't meet the legal standard. Translation? His counterattack fizzled before it even hit the jury stage. And just days later, Blake's lawyers came swinging. On November 7, 2025, they filed an amended complaint, raising her damages to $161 million. The filing claims the fallout from Baldoni's alleged smear campaign continued to cost her business deals, endorsements, and future projects well into 2025. Now, the clock's ticking toward a March 2026 trial date, and that's when things could get messy. Because once this hits open court, we're talking sworn testimony from top studio execs, financial disclosures from both sides, and potentially leaked emails that could rewrite what we thought we knew about It Ends With Us production chaos. But there's still one wild card: settlement. Hollywood loves a quiet payout before things go public, especially when reputations and brand partnerships are on the line. Yet both sides seem dug in. Blake's camp wants full vindication, not hush money. Baldoni's team, even after the dismissal, might appeal or countersue again in state court. So yeah, this legal storm isn't over. And just wait, because what's about to unfold in 2026 could either crown Blake as a #MeTooEra powerhouse who fought back, or expose just how brutal the business side of filmmaking can be when everything goes wrong. So I'll ask you, are you Team Blake or Team Justin? Drop your take below, because this story's only getting started, and when March 2026 rolls around, we'll be here breaking every update, every witness, and every headline that comes out of that courtroom. Hit like, hit subscribe, and trust me, the next spill? It's gonna be nuclear.